Concert. My name is Brian Evans. I'm the band director here, and we're happy to have you all here for the Peoria Unified School District 2020 Honor Band Concert. Two quick things before we go. One, I want to make sure I thank the administration team here at Cactus, Christy Hammer, Chad Doyle, David Serafin, and Monique Molina, as well as Monty Griffin and the entire maintenance crew here at Cactus for making sure that we can host this every year. And also, please, just a public announcement, no flash photography, please, during the performance, as well as no selfie sticks. They can become very disruptive to especially the performers, but of course other audience members as well. Without further ado, Mr. Jeffrey Malone, the high school honor chairperson.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jeffrey Malone, director at Peoria High School, and had the honor of being our district honor band coordinator for the high school honor band this year. We are excited to welcome you to our 2020 high school district honor band performance. And it has really been a pleasure through these past couple of days to watch this group grow and bond and make some tremendous music together. We're excited to share that product. They got a little sneak peek at. They're playing some amazing music led by a great clinician that we'll introduce you to here in a few minutes. And it's been a joy to get to watch and listen and just observe how much they've improved and grown over these past couple of days. And before I introduce our 2020 clinician to you, I want to make sure that I thank a few important people behind the scenes that helped to make this event as successful and amazing and provide this opportunity to our great students. First off, I'd like to thank our district arts education team, namely Justina Riley and Stacy Hamilton. I'd also like to thank our fine arts coordinator, Mr. Rob Panzer, who is also going to be recognized here in a couple weeks as the 2020 AMEA Fine Arts Coordinator of the Year for the state of Arizona. So if we could give Mr. Rob Panzer a hand, that would be great as well. And then I'd like to thank, again, Mr. Brian Evans for being a site host for our junior high school rehearsal and our honor band performance. And then also Mr. Davis Smith at Sunrise High School for hosting our high school honor band throughout yesterday and this morning in their rehearsals. And then I'd also just like to give a special shout out to all of our elementary directors and our high school directors for their hours of work preparing your students to get to this point that they're able to participate in this ensemble and have this opportunity to be here today. And without further ado, I would like to introduce to you our 2020 clinician for our high school honor band. Okay, our clinician this year is Mr. Mark McGahey. He is from Texas and works at Keller High School. He's been at Keller High School for the past 24 years. And while there, their band was the TMEA Honor Band in 1999. His marching band has made Grand Nationals, the Grand National finalist in 2015. They are a 6-time UIL 6A marching band finalist. They are received the prestigious Sudler Shield Award for their outstanding band program, and in 2018 they traveled to the Macy's Day Parade and participated in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Without further ado, our 2020 high school band clinician, Mr. Mark McGahey, and the 2020 high school honor band. Thank you.
Good evening. No round of applause for these guys, isn't that great? So glad to be here. The weather I left in Texas was cold and rainy, and the Chamber of Commerce rolled out the best weather for me here in Arizona. So good job, whoever that's in charge, the mayor of the town will make sure they get the memo there. That first piece was Imaginarium, and of course it kind of took us through a couple of ideas. It's really unique. It talks about sparking of creativity, kind of a dreamlike state in the middle, and then of course the things are antagonizing them. I'm not sure what goes on. It's kind of the epiphany, the eureka moment at the very end, and it's got a lot of really cool descriptive things for the students. We're going to perform next a piece entitled Grace Before Sleep. And this is actually based off of a poem from the late 1800s, early 1900s. And then it was set for a choral group first. And then a friend of mine who's director of bands at Baylor University, Eric Wilson, he has set this for band, and it's just gorgeous. You're going to love this a lot. Let me read a couple things here to you. Here's actually the poem, Grace Before Sleep. How can our minds and bodies be grateful enough that we've spent here in this generous room, we three, this evening of content? Evening of content. Each one of us has walked through storm and fled the wolves along the road. But here the hearth is wide and warm, and for this shelter and this light, accept, O Lord, our thanks tonight. So it's a reflective piece. It's intended to kind of calm things down a little bit. I hope that you have a connection with this. I think you're going to love the students. This one is not like a notes and rhythms one. It's definitely, they're going to put their heart and soul into this, and I think that it'll really come across in our performance. Again, this is Grace Before Sleep by Susan LeBard, arranged by Eric Wilson. Next piece we're going to perform is entitled Byzantine Dances. This is written by a friend of mine, Carol Britton Chambers, who actually lives in San Antonio. She writes concert band music. She actually arranges like our marching show music, and she does a lot of important things. She teaches at different universities, but it's incredible to see just her compositions take off. This one I think you're going to love. It has a lot of authentic things. Here, let me read a little bit about it so you can kind of have an understanding. Byzantine dances is generally meant to portray a set of Turkish dances. The opening dance is fast and energetic, written in the style of a Roma gypsy dance. During this upbeat dance, the melody incorporates grace notes, are fun to play with a harmony and bass line incorporating enjoyable counter melodies. The slower section middle piece is written in the style of a Zebek dance. This type of dance is often performed by a solo dancer symbolizing courage and heroism. The dancer uses outstretched arms, almost resembling a great hawk. In this piece, she talks about different elements you're going to hear, like you're going to hear a lot of different types of cymbals, finger cymbals, and different metallics along the way. There's a couple of really cool surprises you're going to get to see here that we're going to let you in on the secret once we get up here at the middle of it. So again, this is Byzantine Dances by Carol Britton Chambers.
Thank
promise you tonight in your sleep, you're going to be humming that song, whether you want to or not. One of those earworms that stays put right there. Isn't that really fun, though? Did they do a great job? Everyone to buy in a snap, a clap, and say, hey, and it all worked out really well. This has been a real treat getting to come out. I'd like to thank definitely Jeff Malone, in charge of the organization here, and of course Davis Smith, who's been a longtime friend of mine in the Peoria School District and the band programs. It's exciting to get to go across the United States and get to see these different things. I'm actually originally from Oklahoma, and then I've been in Texas now for several years, and I always, band kids are band kids. When you matter where you go, they understand hard work, they're disciplined, they're AP students, they have part-time jobs, and they do all kinds of things around the schools. They're leaders of organizations, they're presidents of the student body, and then of course they're sometimes the valedictorian, salutatorian, and these students are too busy to get in trouble generally. And so we're really supportive. The programs we have are really supportive. Of course, that starts with you as a community. This has been great to be a part of this. The students have been very receptive. We try to find music that we think that'll be engaging for them, something that's going to challenge them a little bit, but not too challenging. They laughed at my stupid jokes, which is always great. And being able to have a rapport with them and kind of talk about some things to take home to their band programs and be able to talk with the other students, to encourage students to be a part of this organization in future years, and of course things they can take back and just keep things going at home. I would be remiss if I didn't get a chance to speak about this. In our programs, we all know the challenges that are met in today's society, not only individually. These students need to have a program that we belong to, like a band program. And with cutbacks and challenges that are happening in the programs and funding that in this day and age, your voice needs to be heard. I know that we talk about it may be a bond election year, it may not be a bond election year. How nice would it be for you to send an email to your principal at home that was a really nice thing of saying, hey, I went to this really great band concert and the students were just incredible. Thank you for supporting them. Thank you for giving us a chance to do that. Because you know as well as I do, the administrator's like, oh no, here's another parent email. Okay? And you get to send a positive one right there would be awesome. We have to champion these arts. We have to protect these arts. And we definitely, we know the value for them. We're preaching to the choir right now. We know that. We need to share that. And any chance you have to share that with anyone, whether it be in a public setting at a football game or at a concert, or if it's just one-on-one when you meet someone in the grocery store, or you happen to go through the school and you're saying, hey, thank you again for supporting this. And again, we're going to try to increase funding and try to increase the things that we know bring well-rounded. It's not just the academics that do things. In many cases, the arts are what get the students to come to school. That's what gets them out of bed, and that's what gets them there and motivates them to be there, and they just happen to be AP students along the way sometimes. We know it's not always one size fits all, but it does need to be something where those students have to realize it's the well-rounded student and all the things that we need to support, okay? So whatever we can do to support these students, and of course our younger ones that are coming up and protect these programs, we need your help to be able to do that. And again, we're always trying to be champions for that, and we of course want you to be able to do the same thing when you have that next opportunity, okay? We're going to finish our concert with a really great little fun march here. It's called They're Off, and it's a circus gallop. Sometimes we galloped away a little too fast, so I hope we can keep it together. Keep our hands on the reins right here. I think you're going to really enjoy this. Again, this has been a true treat to get to come out to my friends here in Arizona, and I hope it's not the last time I get to come out, but I really enjoyed this. And thank you again for this. This will be They're Off is our final piece. Thank you very much.